perilous Peters. Hopefully there's a Peter watching, otherwise this is kind of awkward. Anyways, after episode 18's elimination of Spencer, I was just absolutely baffled about who will win this thing. So, I'll put it simple. Today, I'm giving you my prediction of what is going to happen. Not in my way, but what I think Odd Nation would decide to do. So, without further ado, let us commence! Now, let's think logically about what will happen next, like Anastasia didn't in the last episode. Isabel and Jade are out for Anastasia, so if she doesn't win immunity, she's kind of cooked. However, if she does win immunity, Marissa's on the chopping block. Yes, I know she just returned, but Odd Nation just love their unpredictability. Even so, I'm sticking with Anastasia. Here's how it will play out. Armley and Hannah will side by Anastasia, just like in episode 17. However, Jade will use her advantage and steal Anastasia's vote. As in episode 18, Logan and Zayd were convinced by Spencer that they were being played by Anastasia. They will likely side with Jade and Isabel, giving them enough votes to get rid of Anastasia. Once Anastasia is eliminated, I predict that Hannah will be next. Now, let's all admit, it's very likely that Logan will feel bad about the Anastasia elimination and try to help out Marissa. Zayd will follow along and do the same. Although their plan is going well, Isabel notices Zayd and Logan being distant. They all vote for Jade. However, Isabel uses her total on her, leading to Hannah's elimination, as she gets along with everyone, just like Tristan. Luck runs out at some point, and it's now Jade's point. Here, it's not a very complicated one. Odd Nation will make things suspenseful by having Isabel go around and try to convince people to vote for Marissa, but in the end, it fails, and Jade finally leaves, like she should have done in episode 18. I'm never going to get over that, and I will not let Odd Nation live it down. The next one's a pretty interesting one. This is where I believe Marissa will make her departure. During the pre-challenge segment, Logan and Zayd will find Isabel crying waterfalls by a tree. She explains that she is upset about how everyone's turning against her when she's done nothing but show love to the Lord. Logan stays with her all day and comforts her, while swearing he'll still vote for her at elimination. However, he feels terrible when all of a sudden, Amelie approaches them. She explains that Melissa will be a massive slit. You know what else is massive? In the finale, and is willing to vote her out. Voila! Isabel says to Logan that she honestly doesn't blame him if he doesn't want to betray Marissa. However, she will be voting with Amelie. In the end, Logan gives in and votes out Marissa, gaining the trust of both Isabel and Amelie. However, hindering his relationship with Zayd. Here, I was flip-flopping between Amelie and Zayd, but I think I'll go with Zayd. Here, I think Logan will try to salvage their friendship, but Zayd is blinded by rage and doesn't want to hear it, just like with Benji. Isabel goes to Zayd and apologises for what happened with Logan, and wants to repay the favour. Zayd plans to win immunity and vote out Logan that night, and Isabel plays along. Logan and Amelie feel betrayed by Isabel, but Zayd comes back and says this is exactly what you did to Marissa. Amelie wins immunity. Before elimination, Logan goes back to Zayd and says that this is exactly what you did to Benji. This crushes Zayd, and he doesn't want to feel like a hypocrite. At elimination, Logan sadly votes for Zayd, along with Amelie. However, Isabel also votes for him. Zayd explained that he doesn't want a repeat of what happened to Benji, and wants Logan to have a chance at the million, further explaining that he chose Isabel to vote for him, if that makes sense. This leaves our finalists as Isabel, Logan, and Amelie. The first part of the finale! Also, I think Amelie has been eliminated. Here, we'll probably have some sort of court case, judging by the names of the finale episodes. I think the challenge will have something to do with picking the murderer that Trevor and Derek decide beforehand. If the majority of the cast I can't speak! If the majority of If the majority of the cast guess correctly, the murderer is eliminated. If the majority are wrong, the murderer gets to decide who they want to eliminate. Here, I believe Amelie will be the murderer. By the end, the cast are pulled between Logan and Amelie. Although some of the cast want to help out Logan, so they vote Amelie. Yes, there is some strategy about personal connections behind this challenge. In the end, Amelie is found guilty and is eliminated, leaving Logan and Isabel as the final two. Now, this comes to who I think the runner-up's going to be, and I'm going with Isabel. Here, I think that Logan and Isabel will race to find the murderer out of the eliminated cast. They will use forensics, court cases, interrogations, etc. In the end, if someone guesses wrong, the other contestant wins. They will also receive the help of an eliminated cast member, who is not the murderer. Logan selects Spencer, whereas Isabel selects Jade. In the end, with Spencer's intelligence and Logan's curiosity, he guesses the murderer correctly and wins Disventure Camp! Overall, the chances of things playing out exactly like this are very slim because of how ONC is. But I would love this, as each character's story is wrapped up nicely, except for Jade's, who never had a story in the first place. And the winner is pure and stays true to themselves. Pure. I said pure. Thank you all for watching. At 100 subscribers, I plan on doing a massive live stream where I share my hot takes on characters, do bracket fights, and play some Roblox Total Drama. See you there. We're only one sub off. Now, advertisement time, baby. Thank you. Now, miss my old Roblox videos, like Adi Mia's animations, then we have just the videos for you on our brand new channel, The Anti-Lemons. There's only one video at the moment, but we're working on more to bring you an authentic, entertaining channel. Bye for now.